Hey guys, Ryan Groth here. Welcome to this week's video blog. It's football season and everyone's watching college and pro football. I know I'm definitely tuning in at least to the highlights and a little bit of the drama with all these, free agents or players who want more money and stuff like that. It's pretty entertaining. But the reason why I watch it because it impacts business and relates to the game of business so much. As an athlete, former athlete and a coach, now professional sales athlete, business athlete who takes full ownership of what I'm doing, I'm helping companies make that transition into that type of focus and professionalism as well. And so what I want to talk about today is the game of football and how it relates to business and how to play offense. Okay, so here we go. What I find is that a lot of companies don't have the ability to play offense. And if you know what I mean, first off, if you look at the game of football and you're watching your team, you're looking at a guy like Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady, and that's a guy who's leading a team and who can put up points on demand with incredibly difficult defensive environments where there's incredible talent and people trying, the most talented people in the world, trying to stop you or them from winning, from putting up a point on the board. In fact, they're trying to take away and take it to the house. And if you think about things in your customer base and your market, it's the same thing. If you want to play amateur football, you're going to be in a very scattered environment, and it's not going to require a whole lot of structure, not going to require a whole lot of pressure in order to beat them, right? If you're to pick a football game at Thanksgiving with your family, it's pretty much, hey, down, set, hike, there's your quarterback. By the way, this is John Offerdahl, signed this, native South Floridian, and former NFL football player. So basically, it says down, set, hike is what you do, and then you guys run, and you run a post route, or you run a slant route, or maybe you run a button hook, or maybe you even don't even call those plays, and everyone just kind of runs around in circles trying to get open. You know how it is, you're there, and then everybody's in the end zone, they're running back and forth, try to get open, and then you throw the ball. And you may or may not win. You may or may not make a connection. But if you're in the game of business at a higher level in your market, you know that you can't just wing it and pick up points, right? These people on the other end, these customers, are actually trying to take away from you. They're trying to take margin away from you. And for them to comply, for them to get beat and create that separation, like in the game of football where we have distance and we have gaps and we can close those gaps and we can, make those plays, then you have to be ready for that. You can't just wing it and be scattered and loose and unsure. You have to be certain. And if you look at somebody like Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady, these are leaders of high-performing offensive units. And a lot of companies I talk to in this industry that I deal with, mainly in contracting and roofing and things like that, is they don't have the elements of an offensive unit. They don't have that in place. So what is playing offense and what makes it possible to play offense in your business? Because I can tell you right now that when you are playing offense, it is freedom. A lot of companies that don't have the ability to confidently execute something on purpose and get what their desired outcome is, they're not living in freedom. They're living in some kind of subject of their environment. And companies who really want to be the best in their market know that they need to learn how to play offense at a really high level and have that freedom. So there's a few things that we can take away from the game of football that we can adopt to our business that makes playing offense a reality, and then how do we make it really fun? So first off, if you don't play offense, you're probably scattered. You're probably that team playing pickup football, not on purpose, not every day, without a playbook, without an intent. And you're pretty much just, running in circles, hoping for a connection and an opening, not because you are on purpose doing something that would create that, but because your opponent or your client or your market is essentially just not very good or not very challenging and very open. So then you might be feeling like you're loose. You might be feeling like you're walking on eggshells. You can't really on purpose do what you want, and you're unsure. So you may be a person in life or a business owner and you're like, I am not playing offense. I feel more like this category over here. So what are some things that we can learn from the game of football that make this a reality and what you could do right now with your business? Well, first off, there's a championship in sight in the game of football. There's either an ACC, SEC national title, or there's going to be the AFC, NFC. There's going to be all those championships in place already built in. So you either win or you lose, and it's already been created. So what you got to do in business is you have to create the championship in sight. It is elusive and it's gray. You have to make it black and white, because when you make it black and white, then now you think about how much I care about winning or losing. And then what has to happen is the team has to see it. What do I mean? I didn't even say that. They have to see the scoreboard. I can tell you right now, if you don't know where you stand up against the championship in sight, win or lose, and you don't have a scoreboard, you're going to feel like you are more lost or scattered or loose or unsure, period. And you're not going to say, let's run this route and do this play, and because this is what the defense is doing. First off, you're probably not even reading the defense. You're not even thinking about the defense because you don't know if you're winning or losing. You don't really have that level of focus. Okay, so another thing that we can learn from football is now we have championship in sight. Now we have a scoreboard. And now we have a play which is composed, one of many in a playbook. When a quarterback can say, hey, run a slant because I see this, that's awesome. I can tell you right now that sales leaders are not like the quarterback. In fact, owners are trying to be Robert Kraft or Bill Belichick, and they never even been Tom Brady before. They never even learned how to run an offense, much less they're trying to be in the owner's box and they're just letting their team run all over the field, and they're not winning on purpose. They're not being their best. So you have plays in a playbook, and then you have, so you got this championship created, scoreboard, plays in a playbook, so either you're scoring or not, and then you have coaching. I can tell you right now, why are a couple of full-grown men, professionals, top of their field, on the bench, and their coaches freaking screaming at them, right? You wonder why that is, and why in business, if somebody does something wrong, it's like, against what? What do we, did we go through something? Did we try to do it? Did we not try to do it? And I can tell you that the reason why coaching is built into playing offense is because there are assignments and roles that people need to execute in the play in order to put points on the board in order to either win or lose so you can win a championship. And so coaching has a lot to do with a few things, but mainly accountability and motivating, all right, and getting the most out of their team of players. So, if this is you, if you're scattered, loose, eggshells, unsure, and you're not playing offense, then you need to do a couple things. Define your championship. Put the scoreboard so people can see. It's like a CRM. That's your results. That's your activity. You need to get a playbook with like, hey, what do we do in this situation? Let's define that process. And then let's have some coaching in place up against those fundamentals that are important in order to win. If you don't know how to do that, and you want to be Robert Kraft in the owner's box, but you never even learn how to be Tom Brady, you might need my help. Because if you're not going to do that, you're never going to be Robert Kraft or Bill Belichick, or you never might even be Tom Brady. You're just going to be skipping to what you really want without even putting in the work. So I can help. If that's something you want help with, just let me know. We can set up a short chat and then a meeting. I hope this was helpful for you. Enjoy your football season, and you better be thinking about how to put this in play with your business. Thanks.